So he's been held basically. Has he had any trials?
He has had several status hearings.
Okay. Tell me about what those are exactly.
They're a waste of time. You go in there and say, his attorney says, well, okay, well, I've not heard back from the prosecutor. I'm still waiting on this paper. The prosecution is still waiting on somebody else to get back to them. So it's always a delay.
Yeah.
It's just a delay every time. We've not gotten anywhere.
Yeah. So, it's interesting. I was just, this is the first time this came to my mind. The Apostle Paul, he was taken into to chains at one time. And for 2 years, they did this. It was a big delay game. Now, when he was there, he kept on preaching the gospel, and people were coming to Christ. And I know that Kash is not up there preaching the gospel, but I know he's talking about or maybe he is. I don't know.
Actually, since Kash's incarceration and being away from these devices and being off of social media, being away from that 24/7 negativity, but he loved every minute that he was on the phone. Now, he didn't like it when he had to be on the phone consoling a parent that was threatening suicide.
Right.
That one terrified him,
Yeah.
every time he'd get one of those calls.
Yeah.
But he was on the phone all the time with people to help in his case, but him helping in somebody else's case, whether it was to help direct them, with someone to talk to in their area or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
He was always, on the phone, but since being taken away from that and incarcerated, he has had time and taken the time and the opportunity to reconnect with the Father.
Wow.
And I've seen a difference come about in him.
Wow.
I hear him for the man he was before family court destroyed him.
Wow. That is encouraging to hear.
Yeah, he is preaching, but he's also teaching.
Good.
Because and if he can talk to all these young men in there about his case, not so much as the legalities of what his case is going through, more of help these young men and women to understand other people's own mental anguish and understand narcissism.
Right.
I lived through many years of narcissism without ever knowing that's what it was. I just thought, that person was batshit crazy. But there's actually a term for it.
Yeah.
But you do learn that, people often do have hidden agendas, if you will, hidden personalities.
Yeah.
Things about their self that you may not notice in the beginning.
Right.
And these young men and women, they just think that person is taking it personally towards them when that person is like that towards everyone.
Yeah.
In reality.
Yeah.
But teach these kids to be aware of, and I think children, if we can teach them, if drag queens can go into the little school library and read them a story, then I don't see why my son can't be allowed to go in and explain to these children, if your parent is doing this to you, denying your father, denying your mother, here's a number you can call.
Yeah.
Because help the children understand why their mom says the things that she says, or their dad says the things that he says. These children don't understand mental illness.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm glad that you said that, because I know that among many of Kash's strong supporters are mothers who have gone through this. The people that I've spoken with, they've said he's helped us both. It's not just a father's issue.
No.
Though it happens, like, the example that I heard is that, like, breast cancer. More women get breast cancer than men, but men can get breast cancer too. And with the family courts, it happens more to men than to women, but it does happen to women as well.
Right.
And the women that it's happened to, they're strong supporters of Kash. And but it's good to hear that Kash is actually, from what you've said, I mean, I haven't been able to talk with Kash for a long time here, but I mean, I guess I could give him a call or something, or
He can call you.
He can call
Provided
me.
he's got your phone number, he can call you.
okay, well, that's good to know then.
Yeah.
And by the way, Cash, if you're listening to this, there are a lot of people behind you. A lot of people
Yes.
just wish you the best.
Yes.
And
There is a lot of people, because I get messages from people every day
yeah,
asking about him and how can they contact him. And,
yeah,
you know, it's been a year now, so all those that are contacting me now and asking, I call them the newbies. You
Yeah.
know, because all the people that we've met since the beginning of this, they already have, you know, or he's got their phone number.
yeah,
So he tries to stay in touch. You're not going to make him stop talking.
yeah. So what can people do? Because I mean, the question that I know I had, that other people had, is that if you send money to him for the commissary or for a phone card, that somehow the prison would take it away.
No. No, that's not been the case. I'd heard about that if it were. No, there is, well, there's 2 different apps there, and I can't even think of them, you know, because it's on that stupid little device that I gripe about everybody having.
Yeah.
But yes, there is a way, and, you know, if anybody wants to contact me, or you can get on Cash's page. I think it is posted on Cash's page.
Okay.
But we can repost that. in
Okay.
there.
That sounds good, because again, that was a question that people asked me, and I don't have any experience with this.
Yeah.
I don't know, and especially when you're talking about Illinois, which is, I mean, we have corruption down here, but Illinois sometimes takes things to another level.
They sure do. They've aced it.
Yeah,
They absolutely have.
yeah.